Hello everybody and welcome to XBK. My name is Karen and I'm joined here by my fantastic commander and editor-in-chief, Mr. Benjamin Hall.
Hiya Cameron, how you doing? Welcome everybody to Experience Kills. I think, this might not be the first one, but it's going to be one of the very earlier ones. So this is exciting. What are we talking about today, Cam?
Today we're going to be talking about a new game I've got. It's called Kontract. It is a nice little indie game that we've come across recently and I kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time playing it. I really did. It was a damn difficult game to get to grips with it for the first time. But the story, the art styling, I actually really enjoyed.
It's got a distinctive look.
Yeah, it's as I was saying to you earlier, it's got a very Frank Miller-esque style, like Sin City. It's got a lot of vibrant colours other than the characters that you're playing as, and obviously the local people around the area. They're all in black and white. The whole thing is about the player character you're playing as a serial. No, I won't say serial killer. He's a contract killer, hence the name Contract, probably.
Okay. Now I get it now.
I might put two and two together to make fish once in a while, but sometimes it makes four. And he's got acute schizophrenia. He's completely mental.
Oh dear, that sounds unfortunate.
You say it sounds unfortunate. It sounds like he's found a really great job that suits his problem.
How does the schizophrenia play into the game? Does it have a gameplay sort of mechanic element?
So, the main way you kind of play it is very similar to a previous game I played, which was Hotline Miami. As in, you kind of point and shoot in the area, you move around in the different keys. But there's a special ability you have which picks out and lets you and notifies you, should I say, of who's an enemy and who's just a passerby.
Okay.
So this special power that you have kind of slows time around you a little bit. It kind of it's like a vibe around you, and it kind of highlights enemies in red compared to obviously just a regular person and your main target as well for the level. So if you're trying to go sneaky beaky around trying to not, notify anybody where you are or who you need to kill sort of thing, that's a really good useful tip. You just kind of hit the button and hey press it, he's an enemy, right, got to plan my attack now. Trying to run and...
Sounds like a really sensitive use of that mental illness.
It's interesting because at the same time while you utilise it, it does have negative effects. So it does leave the character kind of dizzy after a while.
Oh.
It kind of gives you the look of like a 3D movie without the glasses on, So it kind of splits your view a bit. You're not sure which version you are that's moving around in the map currently.
Right.
It kind of messes your brain a wee bit.
Okay, that's really interesting. Okay, so they really did sort of, instead of just making it a tropey, cliched sort of throwaway thing, they've actually they have integrated it into the gameplay in interesting ways. That's cool, and that plays into the visuals as well as the gameplay as well. That's really interesting. I mean, obviously you mentioned that it's got reminiscent of Hotline Miami. The thing I noticed was the music.
Yeah,
it's definitely made me feel like that.
Very pumpy, very getting that
pumpy. That's the term.
That's the word I could have used. It's kind of general EDM style, shirtless men in Miami. The usual. You don't have to use men if you don't want to think about that.
I always think of men when I think of
course you
pumping. Do. Obviously, that's where my mind goes every time.
But you can start each mission. You're given a mission by the local kind of gangland boss who will need obviously you to get rid of someone for XYZ reasons. The funniest of one, I actually told you about it earlier on, is that a guy is actually charging for smaller pieces of toys instead of the whole, so he gets more money.
Damn. Tiny bit on the nose, perhaps, but I like what they're saying, like where they're going with that.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of certain things that we may have had in this industry.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, so how does it play? How does it control? I mean, because the one thing that you notice with Hotline Miami, it almost feels a bit unfair to constantly bring up Hotline Miami, because the inspiration is obvious. But it's obviously it plays very tight, if very difficult. And how does this feel?
You kind of hit there on the button there. It was quite difficult to get your head around the first time. Because it's not just full-on run and gun, because you have a very sort of very slither of health that you have there. So taking like a point blank shot from even a pistol or shotgun can literally 2/3 or even completely kill you. So there are points where you do have to take cover. You can slide around the map as much as you want. Apparently, there's no stamina bar, which is cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you can kind of jump over any objects in the area, sofas or anything, tables that might be in the area, so you can dodge bullets a bit better. And there's also a kind of stealth element about the game as well. Your secondary weapon is quite literally a hatchet.
Okay,
so
cool.
So you run around swinging it, chopping off limbs as you go. But by doing that, obviously there's no alert to any of the security that's in the area, any other bodyguards, so you can try and be as quiet as you can. But at other times it is difficult to have a stealth element in that kind of game as well, because no matter what door you come to in that game, you will be booting it open.
So you can't just open a door like a regular person?
You can't walk up to it, press E and go, let's be sneaky.
Hi.
Yeah, I can walk up to a door, I can keep click, click, click to get close enough, but as soon as I hit that magical barrier, boom! Hello! And you're right there, yeah, exactly. And then you're mowed down by literally the person in the other side of the door. So it is kind of cool that you kind of had to take a couple of lives to kind of map out the area, get a feel for it, take a quick run around. Because sometimes obviously there are certain areas that already have the doors open. Some pedestrians or even civilians, as they in the area, if they get scared by finding the body, can leave the door open for you, so you can kind of wait for the security patrol to turn around and then just back of their head nice and quick. So it's quite
so it's that kind of trial and error gameplay with the... Yeah, it reminds me, obviously Hotline Miami, other ones that come to mind is like Serial Killer, or Serial Cleaner I should say, and Party Hard had that kind of aspect of trying out the level, getting to know the patterns, getting to know the routes before you can really nail it.
Yeah, because you will die.
You will die.
Yeah, in the most brutal sense, you will die. I can't tell you how many times I died trying to complete maybe the third mission. It was
but did you have fun?
Yes, though I did. It was I hate to make the quote, but it did kind of give me that little, not gameplay wise, but that trial and error and the satisfaction of completing the mission that Dark Souls has when you're trying to fight a boss or an area. Only because you can be so infuriated with the game, and then finally you get it done. You're just sat there on your knees like, oh god, yes. So yeah, I totally enjoyed myself. I really did. It was a nice little game. It was made by Shot X Studio. Really hope they've got some more things coming if they're going to keep making some decent games like these. Because not every game out there has to be the big name brand and everything. They can get some nice quality little ones going on. So all the best to them, and I hope to see more from them in the future.
Brilliant. So I've been Ben.
I've been Cameron.
And we'll be back soon with more experience kills.